Also, like in that section, he worked the word vomit into a lyric. That's pretty unprecedented.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever heard that word put in a song lyric.
Got a taste of the fame, had to pump my stomach, throw it back up like I don't want it. Yeah, it's wipe my face.
Went for to climb my vomit. See, he pulled it off. That's good.
Good job, NF.
What rhymes with vomit?
Hey, everybody, I'm Chris.
And I'm Bret.
Welcome to another Pastors React to NF. I'm excited about this one, Bret. I don't know. I've been excited about the other ones, but this one.
That's right. That's a typical line. I'm really excited about this. Okay, well, you're excited about it. But you said this one maybe is upbeat? Is that?
I would say upbeat.
Okay.
No, so his first three albums came out back-to-back years. So like 14, 15, 16. And then there was a 2-year break. So this one didn't come out till, 2019. So, 15, 16, 17. Sorry.
But it really was 2 full years break.
2 years before.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And so I would say I had some NF fatigue. And then, but when this album, when it took 2 years to work on it, I was like, okay, when this came out, this is kind of when I jumped full into NF. Like I liked him before, but this album, I was like, oh, this is good. And this is when I started watching all the Reacts videos.
Oh, really? So would you say that was true of a lot of people? Did he gain a whole new audience with this one?
Yeah. So the last one we did, that one was kind of his delve into mainstream, I would say. And so then this album, I would say he was fully in at this point. And and this album kind of brought a lot of new people into who he was. And so the Reacts channel started going, like that's when I started watching the Reacts videos with this. And I was like, oh, I really like this guy, and I want to hear what other people say about him. So, like, I watch NF reaction videos, and that's like the only artist.
I mean, there's others out there. Is that a thing?
I think some other people might.
I thought this was unique
reaction videos, but yeah. So we're gonna jump into The Search. So I'm excited because this is kind of him, like trying.
Was this the hit off that album?
Yeah. Well, this was the music video. Like this was like the single that came out before the album dropped, and so everybody was like, "What is this?" So,
okay. So it was kind of a new. He hadn't been around 2 years, and this was
this was his
big surprise. Okay. Well, great.
Yeah. So let's see what happened. I think he might have had a single
Beatles Sgt. Pepper's thing going on there. Okay, good.
So let's jump in. See what
go.
happens.
I know that's a classic kind of slow lead up, build tension kind of thing. Just pulling a grocery cart.
This setting's amazing.
Yeah, I love the look.
Hey Nate, how's life? I don't know. It's all right. I've been dealing with some things like every human being and really didn't sleep much last night. I'm sorry. That's fine. I just think I need a little me time. I just think I need a little free time. Little break from the shows and the bus rides. Yeah. Last year I had a breakdown. Thoughts telling me I'm lost, getting too loud. Had to see a therapist and I found out something funny's going on up in my house. Yeah, started thinking maybe I should move out. Pack my car, take a new route. Clean up my yard, get the noose out. Hang up my heart, let it air out. I've been searching. What does that mean?
I mean, the atmosphere of it, but like those people in white walking in the background, and like he's pulling his grocery cart of balloons. Do you want me to tell you what the balloons mean?
Sure. Okay. And I'll admit, I didn't notice until you said that there were these people in white. I was too busy looking at the lyrics. Okay?
Yeah, no.
Now I've been completely converted to doing that.
So yeah, you better.
I never cared before. Now I do.
You better listen to those lyrics.
Okay, yeah.
But the balloons are kind of his burdens and his struggles and stuff, and so, but just again, like he wrestles with this anxiety, with this OCD, with all this stuff of like, I have to be the best at what I do. And so he's like something.
And admitting seeing a therapist during this time, people were wondering, he talked about having a breakdown. I'd be curious about what that is.
Yeah.
Something what that looked like in his life. Yeah.
Something funny's going on up in my house. I like that because his like the mansion, like that's kind of his, the first.
Yeah, it's a great metaphor.
Yeah, so the mansion was from the first album, or maybe the second one, where he's just talking about like the internal stuff that he deals with, and so it's like, something funny's going on.
But it's interesting too that he says, "I saw a therapist." Like I would assume, having heard things up until now, he had been seeing a therapist. I mean, but maybe he finally broke down and did see one.
But therapy sessions, that was like that album, like was about him like dealing with this stuff through music, and so
Right.
so I think he was like, I don't.
So
need
now
that.
he stepped out and maybe
Yeah.
did something a little different. Okay.
Now his therapy
Well,
sessions are
good.
him actually going to a real therapist. So, but again, the atmospheric music like that, like bling.
No, the setting is really, really cool.
Yeah.
The view there, even though I missed the people in white there.
Well, I didn't notice the first time I watched it either, so
good.
you're not alone.
Maybe I should move out, pack my car, take a new route, clean up my yard, get the noose out, hang up my heart, let it air out. I've been searching, what does that mean, Nate? I've been learning, grabbing my keepsakes, leaving my burdens. Well, I brought a few with me, I'm not perfect. Looking at the view like this concerns me, picking up the cues right, I'm quite nervous. Hate it when I lose sight, life gets blurry and things might hurt me. It's probably gonna be a long journey, but hey, it's worth it though. Cold world out there, kids, grab your coat. It's been a minute, I know, now I'm back to Rome. Looking for the antidote to crack the code. Pretty vivid, I admit it, I'm in classic mode. Don't need pity given to me, but I can't condone. Talking down to me, I'ma have to crack your nose for cracking jokes. I'm looking for the map to hope. You see it?
All right, so the map to hope. That's a reference to the Hope album.
Okay, so it's a little.
That I don't know, like when he wrote this. I mean,
I say that's pretty good if he was really thinking that far ahead.
I don't know that he
a
was.
few years later. Yeah.
And so because in the Hope video, which you can go watch that. But yeah, he has the map. He's holding it.
Oh, he
in
is.
that video.
Okay.
He's holding the
Wow.
map to Hope. And people-
My favorite line in there was, "It's a cold world out there. Grab your coats." That was. I like that. I may have to repeat that one sometime.
It's a cold world out there.
Yeah,
Kids, grab your
kids,
coats.
grab your coats. That's
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm back to Rome and looking for the antidote to crack the code. Yeah, it's just like he's trying to figure out life. Like he's trying to figure out how to make life work and stuff. He's like, I'm trying to searching for that map to hope. Have you seen it? So.
Pretty given to me, but I can't condone. Talking down to me, I'ma have to crack your nose for cracking jokes. I'm looking for the map to hope. You see it? Been making a whole lot of changes. Wrote a song about that, you should play it. I get scared when I walk on these stages. I look at the crowd and see so many faces. Yeah, that's when I start to get anxious. That's when my thoughts can be dangerous. That's when I put on my makeup and drown in self-hatred. Forget what I'm saying and where'd the beat go? Oh, ain't that something?
That was fun.
Man, you ain't see that coming. Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame, it upon my stomach. Throw it back up like I don't want it. Wipe my face, clean up my vomit. OCD trying to push my buttons. I said don't touch it.
It's kind of a gross visual, but he's talking about like the fame kind of getting to his head. He's like, I walk out and I see all these faces, and it makes me nervous because I think that imposter syndrome sometimes. I don't know if you've ever.
Yeah, I
felt
was
that as a
curious about that
pastor.
because I thought I would think that the platform would be an outlet and make him feel safe. I'm kind of surprised to hear him say that being on a platform for a bunch of people, because performers a lot of times that's where they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about this with stand-up comedians, they're actually more comfortable in front of a crowd than they are in front of just a few people. And I thought he would be that way, but he's actually saying that when I get in front of a crowd, that's when I really get in danger there.
So have you ever had imposter syndrome as a pastor?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Where you feel
Absolutely,
like if they really knew.
If they
who I
really
was.
knew.
Yeah. And that's what, like,
every time I'm driving to church with my family and everybody's on each other's nerves. Yeah, everybody's had that experience. You're on your way to church and things. Everybody's tense and thinking, "Oh, for heaven's sakes,
I gotta get up and preach." Yeah. The Lord is good today,
Yeah,
isn't he? You're like, ah.
I also like in that section he worked the word vomit into a lyric. That's pretty unprecedented.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever heard that word put in a song lyric.
Got a taste of the fame, had to pump my stomach, throw it back up like I don't want it. Yeah, it's wipe my face.
Wipe my clean my vomit. See, he pulled it off. That's good.
Good job. NF.
What rhymes with vomit? Yeah.
All right. This is.
Don't want it. Wipe my face, clean up my vomit. OCD trying to push my buttons. I said don't touch it. Now y'all done it. I can be critical, never typical. Intricate with every syllable, I'm a criminal. Intimate but never political, pretty visual. Even if you hate it, I'll make you feel like you're in it though. You call me what you want, but never call me forgettable. Leave you deep in thought, I can never swim in the kiddie pool. Waited, I've been thinking this.
Oh man, sorry. I love this flow, but that line, deep in thought. Leave you deep in thought. I could never swim in the kiddie pool.
That's good. Yeah,
that's a good
That's
visual,
true.
'cause-
Yeah.
But he does that with his lyrics, though. You have to kind of, because I'll listen to a song by him and then go back and listen to it again and kind of unpack some of the things that he's talking about, because he does talk about deep stuff. Like, it's not just this.
Oh, it's true. Yeah,
kind of-
and yeah, I love the flow as well, but it does kind of hard. It is kind of, there's a lot coming at you at once to respond to. Yeah.
Oh, and one of the lines in here that people keep coming back to, he talks about, he's like, I don't know if I'm making movies or music videos, because he does do very cinematic stuff with his.
Yeah, it's true, which
this
is a
is
good
actually
problem
on
to have.
location, I think.
Yeah, it almost have to be. Sure.
Yeah,
I wonder what the location is. But
I want to say it's in Greenland.
great place. Oh, really?
Or Iceland or
This is
something. Something
overseas.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll go back to this.
You can tell he's made a little more money since that first album we saw.
A little bit.
He might, yeah.
From the
might have
the
made a
caution
few
tape wrapped
dollars.
around him, it's like a dilapidated old abandoned neighborhood.
Right, yeah.
To over here with helicopters and whatever.
How y'all done it? I can be critical, never typical. Intricate with every syllable, I'm a criminal. Intimate but never political, pretty visual. Even if you hate it, I make you feel like you're in it though. You call me what you want, but never call me forgettable. Leave you deep in thought, I can never swim in a kiddie pool. Waited, I've been thinking the cinematic is beautiful. Man, I don't know if I'm making movies or music videos.
There it was.
Yeah, the sales can rise, doesn't mean much though when your health declines. See, we've all got something that we trapped inside that we try to suffocate, you know, hoping it dies. Try to
like
hold
that
it
shot
underwater,
a
but it
lot.
always survives. And it comes up out of nowhere like an evil surprise. Then it hovers over you to tell you millions of lies. You don't relate to that? Must not be as crazy as I'm.
I mean, that right there, you just preach a whole sermon on that. You could.
I could. You probably
Because-
could do it better.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just that idea of like, I mean, that like, it doesn't matter. He's like, I've got all this fame, but the sales can rise, but that doesn't mean much. So when your health declines, so it's like, hey, I'm doing well, but, but then he's like, we've all got something inside us that we try to suffocate, hoping it dies, but then it comes back, try to hold it underwater, but it always survives. And then, let's see, try to hold it underwater, but it always survives. And then it's that thing in our life that we don't want people to know about. And I think that for him, like the therapy stuff, all that stuff, and he sings about it, but there's still that stuff that he deals with internally. But
Yeah, and you kind of carry it around wherever you go. That's why the old saying of wherever you go, you take yourself with you. It's kind of no matter what your circumstances are, or location, or Greenland, or whatever, you're going to have, you're packing around the stuff that you pack around. There's no, even if you become rich and famous or whatever, you're going to. And I'm glad he's honest about that.
Yeah, and that's why he has the black balloon. So that's been kind of a theme, right. I think, in the past few videos that we haven't watched, but this one, and then throughout this album, he's got those black balloons with him. Of like, these are my.
Oh, that's not only just in this one.
No, yeah. So, so it's kind of like, these are my
balloons.
burdens that I've got with me, but I don't really know how to get rid of them. He's like, I try to.
They're just kind of there,
bury them
attached to a grocery cart.
Hovers over you, telling you millions of lies, and that's what Satan is the father of lies. Like he puts those things in your head to like, okay, you're not good enough, or like, yeah, you've got all these record sales, but you're still not good in this area. You're still doing bad in these things, and I think like that's why the mental health thing is so prevalent in our lives, like now, because it's like people are actually dealing with these issues now instead of just.
And it is
just
interesting to
covering
note that his circumstances changed immensely from the albums before. I mean, by now he is making more money. He's doing all this. He's filling arenas. But it is interesting that it still didn't really change those essential things inside going on inside him to the point where he probably did. One of the reasons he went to a therapist was, okay, I did arrive in a sense, but I'm still there. And it sounds very cliche to say that, but it's very true.
Yeah.
That lots of people have said that when you finally get where you hope to go and you arrive there, and then you're super empty because you're like, wait a minute, I'm still the same person I was. So that's another testimony, but he's doing it a little bit more dramatic way. Yeah,
because I've heard a celebrity say that like who you are without money is who you are going to be with money. Like you're not going to all of a sudden you're not going to change and be a generous person and all that stuff. And so like his like issues are still there. Like that.
They always say money won't make you happy, but I've always wanted to let it try. It's just give it a shot, just to see.
let me
but they're all saying the same thing. Yeah, it's true.
Surprise, then it hovers over you to tell you millions of lies. You don't relate to that? Must not be as crazy as I'm. The point I'm making is the mind is a powerful place, and what you feed it can affect you in a powerful way. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, but it's not always safe. Just hang with me. This'll only take a moment, okay? Just think about it for a second. If you look at your face every day when you get up and think you'll never be great, you'll never be great. Not because you're not, but the hate will always find a way to cut you up and murder your faith. I've been developing. Take a look at the.
That whole run is just so good because it's just about our. Like how we see ourselves and how we kind of view who we are when we look in the mirror. He's like, he's like, if you just say, I'm not going to be good at this, I'm a terrible person, then he's like, you're never going to amount to anything. And I don't go, oh, that's that self-help mumbo jumbo kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm a great person. Like look in the mirror and say that. But like your self-esteem does matter, but we have to find that in the Lord. And like once you, because it says, I'll murder your faith.
Yeah, you see yourself the way he sees you is kind of from the outside in and how he's made you. And they say there is a principle of self-fulfilling prophecy. If you go into situations and you expect to do better, there really is, because the way you act, people respond to you a certain way. You can set up you can set yourself up for failure or success. That's an actual thing.
Yeah.
You kind of project out into the world what you'll tend to receive back.
And he says the mind is a powerful place, and what you feed it can affect you in a powerful way.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
That's like a great line. But yeah, because what you take in and what you're feeding yourself, like that's what's going to...
Absolutely. And what you repeat, because you literally set up pathways in your brain but based upon the things that you repeat the most.
Yeah.
So... thought I had a profound thought, but I didn't.
Sorry. All right.
Listen, what you feed it can affect you in a powerful way. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, but it's not always safe. Just hang with me. This will only take a moment, okay? Just think about it for a second. If you look at your face, every day when you get up and think you'll never be great, you'll never be great. Not because you're not, but the hate will always find a way to cut you up and murder your faith. I can develop and take a look at the benefits. Nothing to meddle with, I can never be delicate. My even relevant, that depends how you measure it. Take a measurement to back it up and give me the evidence. Pretty evident, dependable, can never be tentative. I'm a gentleman, depending on if I think you're genuine. Pretty elegant, but not afraid to tell you to get it. Grip proper etiquette, I keep it to myself when I celebrate. It's that time again. Better grab your balloons and invite your friends. Seat belts back on, yeah, strap them in. Look at me, everybody, I'm smiling big. On a road right now that I can't predict. Tell me tone that down, but I can't resist. Y'all know that sound, better raise your fist. The search begins, I'm back, so enjoy the trip.
I love it. That's so
That's
good.
right. It was a raise your fist moment there.
I know.
For Chris.
Raise your fist. Now he's taking his shopping cart.
I will admit, I love the shopping cart idea. I don't know why. I just do. Like, okay, hats off to him for coming up with that idea.
It kind of gives him a little bit of a playful element, I think.
Oh,
Because this is a
absolutely,
pretty
yeah.
serious, dark song.
It is, but I did notice the tone did change from the older stuff that we watched to this. The way there was a little bit of a difference in even it, kind of the tilt of his voice would go up instead of down and that kind of thing. I did notice that. It didn't sound quite as dark as his other stuff.
Yeah, there's still a lot of time on this one. We don't have.
There's
to
a
watch
lot of time left?
Yeah, because he walks his shopping.
He's going to be walking this for a while?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay.
We could talk about it.
We've all, we can all relate to this. We felt like this most days and kind of going through here. I can relate to that. All right. It's when I wake up in the morning.
Well, and it's also, it's not good terrain to have that shopping cart on. Yeah. So, look, there's a little secret. The search. So when this dropped, everybody's like, oh, what's going to...
Oh, so it's still not over. It's kind of doing like a superhero movie kind of thing? Okay.
After the credits.
Are we doing it? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
What do we do in the meantime? Like,
well, we can...
Does everybody know about this? I don't know I don't know anything about it. I've never seen it, so I don't know what's coming. He's still pushing the cart.
There's still those white people in the background.
The white people in the background. I kind of wonder what they represent. But the sun came out a little more. Sitting in the cart. Got it. Wow.
That's it. It's just him. I forgot. That guy gave him. All right,
he gave him his own white clothes.
Yeah,
but then that's what he changed to later.
Yeah, so that sets up the next video. So
it does. Okay.
Yeah, not the Hope yet. He hasn't put on the white clothes yet.
Not yet. Okay.
That's not till the Hope.
Sweet.
Hope
okay.
album, which we've already reacted to. But yeah, so I really like this one. I mean, this is the one that kind of got me back into NF, and I was like, oh, this is...
Yeah, so I was running a raking system. I would put that one up towards the top. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
right.
Yeah, it was, especially the video side of it. Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah, so we'll react to some more of the Search album, but if you have specific things you want us to react to, let us know, and thanks for joining us. If you have not subscribed and you watch several of our videos, please do that, because that helps us to reach more people.
And we also have other biblical content you can connect with, so take a look at our channel. Thanks.
Yeah.